Hello everyone, welcome to the session on Kruskal algorithm. So in the previous session, we discussed previous algorithm under the technique of greedy concept. Even this Kruskal algorithm is also one of the problems that comes under the technique of greedy technique. So even this Kruskal algorithm is meant for determining a minimum cost spanning tree. So for this, I'm supposed to input a connected, weighted, and directed graph. So that's the input for this Kruskal algorithm. And ultimately, this algorithm is going to determine a minimum cost spanning tree. And this particular algorithm was invented by a person, Joseph Kruskal, in the year 1956. And the same was published in the Proceedings of American Mathematical Society. So as we all know that what exactly the spanning tree is and also a minimum cost spanning tree. If I want to talk about your minimum spanning tree, there should be a graph G. So where I can define this graph G as a set of vertices V, capital V, and all the edges sets I can call it by a term capital V. And this graph G is an undirected connected graph. I can come across with your subgraph capital T. So where I'll be generating from this given graph G. Basically, this is a subgraph of this G. And V will be as it is because I need to consider all the vertices. And E prime. So E prime is a subset of this E. So I'll not be considering all the edges of this E. So normally it will going to be a subset. E prime will going to be a subset of E. If I want to say your subgraph T is a spanning tree, so it has to satisfy these constraints. So first of all, that subgraph or subtree, it should be a acyclic one. There should not be any cycle formation. And that particular subgraph T should have to cover all the vertices. And the number of edges will going to be n minus 1 edges. That is one lesser than the number of vertices of your given graph. And if I want to estimate this minimum weight, so whatever the edges we have considered, that is E prime edges. So those edges cost, if I make a summation, I'm going to get with a minimum cost. So that is how I can able to determine a minimum cost spanning tree. So in case if I input a connected, weighted, undirected graph to this Kruskal algorithm, so this Kruskal algorithm will going to throw out with a minimum cost spanning tree, something like this. Let us go in detail about the working of this Kruskal algorithm. So for that, obviously, I'm supposed to know exactly what is a disjoint set is. So a disjoint set in the sense is nothing but a data structure. So which makes a track of all the elements that are separated by number of disjoint subsets. So here in this case, I can come across with three useful operations. So one is formation of a set, making a set, union of two sets, S1 and S2, find set for a given element. I am supposed to check out to which particular set that belongs to. Let us discuss one by one. Make set. So I can able to make a new set with a single element X. Okay, it's something like this. Suppose 1, 2, 3. They are the three vertices. So initially, all these vertices are independent sets. This one belongs to the set S1. That is, make set for your vertex 1. So it comes to the set S1. Make set for your vertex 2. So I can come across with another set S2. Make a set for your vertices 3. So for all these three vertices, so I come across with the three independent sets, S1, S2, and S3. So the next, the union. I'm supposed to union or merge these two sets, S1 and S2. So that union in the sense is nothing but the merging of the sets S1 and S2. So it goes like this. S1 and S2 merging. That means all these vertices should have to be merged as a single set. It's nothing but a union, the union operation. Union 1, comma 2, it's a merge set of set S1 and a set S2. So where I can call this particular set as a set S4. Next, find set X, a particular element to which set it belongs to. For example, 2. 2 belongs to this set S4. So I'm supposed to determine that. Find set 2 returns to set S4. Right? So like this, so with the support of these 3 useful operations, so definitely I can able to solve the problem minimum cost spanning tree, and this process or this operation normally we call it as a Kruskal algorithm operations or Kruskal algorithm process. This is your Kruskal algorithm. So here in this case, I'm supposed to pass your graph G, where that graph G contains the number of vertices, capital V, and the number of edges, capital E. So initially A will be null. So what I'm doing here is the spanning tree edges. Once it has been generated, once I know those edges of a spanning tree, I'll keep on adding into your set A. For each vertices belongs to your vertices set of your graph G. So make a set V. That is, for each and every vertices, make the formation of a independent set. And then sort your edges. The edges of your given graph should have to be sorted in an ascending order of their weight. That is, in increasing the order of their weight. And next, for each, so I need to consider these edges one by one. For each of the edges, which has been sorted in an ascending order, so consider those edges. So where that edge will going to contain the vertices in pair V1, comma V2. Find those sets. Vertices V1, find its set. For vertices V2, find its set. If they are a disjoint set, if those vertices, if they do not belong to the same set, then only you consider that vertices V1, comma V2. So here in this case, let us assume that they do not belong to the same set. I'll be considering that particular edge. So that edge contains a pair of vertices V1, comma V2. I union this one with your, so initial set, which is null. So this I'm going to make a union formation. That's it, I add it to it. And finally, these two vertices should have to be union. That means they are supposed to be in a same set. If they, suppose if these two vertices, if they belongs to the same set, this condition doesn't hold good. It comes here, the else part. So remove that edge. Don't consider that particular edge for generating your spanning tree. So like that, for each and every edges, you are supposed to do it. And finally, you return your A. So that A will going to be the minimum cost spanning tree of a given class. So let us trace for this algorithm. So the algorithm is there on the left hand side. Here. And this is your given graph. Okay. The edges has been given, all the edges and its associated weight. Initially, I have not done anything, right? So this is the input. So the edges I consider it. So I am not even consider it in an ascending order. So as it is, I consider it. Okay, you see. A is null. Your set A initially null. I'm executing your Kruskal algorithm. It's null. Okay. For each vertices of your vertex set V, make a set for those vertices. So how many vertices we have? Totally we have 6 vertices A, B, C, D, E, and F. So make them as a independent set. This is set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4, set 5, and set 6. For each and every vertices, make a formation of a independent set initially. And the next statement, sort E by weight increasingly. That means your edges should have to be ordered. So here in this table, it's not ordered, right? I want to arrange these edges in the ascending order of its weight. Now you see. You can see the edges, it has been ordered in the ascending order. The smallest weight has come first and the largest weight has been located at the last position after executing this particular step. Now consider each of the edges. One by one I should consider. I should start from your first edge, CF, right? That's why I just ordered this element in an ascending order. So I'll consider CF. So C will going to be V1, F will going to be V2. It belongs to your edge, yes. Find the set for your V1 for C. To which set it belongs to? C. Okay. See this part. I consider CF, these two vertices, to which particular set they belongs to. They are independent. C is an independent set, F is also an independent set, right? So they do not belong to the same set. This condition holds good. They are not equal. They do not belong to the same set. Yes. Consider this edge, CF. You just include into your set A. So that is one of the edge of your spanning tree. Consider it. Union. So A was null. V1 comma V2. I included this CF. And union V1 comma V2. C and F. These are the V1 and V2. Now these two should come in a same set, something like this. Again go here. Next edge, AF I should consider. See, one edge I consider. This is an edge of your spanning tree. Next, AF. AF. A is in one set, F is in another set. Again, they are not same. So I can consider that particular edge. Why I'm going with this particular operation is to check that there will going to be a cycle formation when I consider this particular edge. Sometimes what happens, if there is a cycle formation, I should not consider that edge. So when there will be a cycle formation for these two vertices, if they belongs to the same set, so in that case there will going to be a cycle formation. So here in this case, they are disjoint. So I can consider this edge AF, right? AF is union with your set A. And then this and this should have to be put together in a same set. Say like union V1 comma ACF. Again, next edge. Again, I got with two edges. Next, DE. DE. Again, disjoint set. I can consider this union with your set A. Yes. Again, you need to merge these two. This one, D. I got this edge. Next, CD. C is there in this, D in this. Again, they are disjoint. I can go for it. I can consider that edge for your set A. CD. CD, I can consider it. And union V1 comma V2. That means these two should have to be merged. DE and ACF should have to be merged. Next, AB. AB. A is here, B is here. They are disjoint. They are disjoint. I can consider it. So union with your set A. So AB will be union with your A now. AB. And then merge this one all together. So here in this case, I can stop at one particular point here. As I already mentioned that when I was talking about your spanning tree. So always spanning tree will going to have n minus 1 edges. Not even an extra edge you will be having, not even a one less edge you will be having. Exactly the number of edges in your spanning tree will be always n minus 1. Okay. So here in this case, you can put one more condition here itself. You can have a counter. In fact, it's there in your textbook actually, something like this. Let me show you in your textbook. Here. They are consider one variable which is 0, and this variable should be always lesser than your n minus 1. So as I already mentioned that the number of edges in your spanning tree will be always n minus 1. So magnitude of V in the sense is nothing but the number of vertices in your graph G. So, and this will be keep on incrementing when I union that particular edge. I'll be incrementing that one, right? So when this value exceeds this n minus 1, so obviously as I'm starting with 0, that's why it is lesser than this one. Okay, when it exceeds this value, so you need to stop your operation. So, but here in this particular PPT, so it's not happening like that. It's not stopping because we are not considered that concept of E counter. You can include one E counter which is initialized to 0. You can have your while loop, and here in this case, when you consider the edge, you can increment the counter by 1. So when it is equal to n minus 1, you can come out of this loop. So this part I can put it in a loop actually, something like this. So here, this part here I can have a while loop, while counter C, if it is equal to n minus 1 or magnitude of V minus 1. So this is your end. Okay, so initially you can initialize your C is equal to 0. Okay, so here I can keep on incrementing your count by 1. When it is equal to n minus 1, so sorry, if it is not equal to n minus 1, okay. When it is equal to n minus 1, so we need to come out of this loop. Or you can put that condition while C lesser than n minus 1. Okay, just like your algorithm. But here in this is what happens. So it keeps on checking with all the edges, remaining edges. I think it would be optimal one. Okay, something like this. Here. Next, I will be considering F and E. Both vertices belongs to the same set. Obviously, it goes to the else part. Don't consider that edge. Remove that edge V1. Remove it. Okay. Next, BF. Again, they are in the same set. Don't consider that edge. Remove it. BF should be removed. Okay. Next, BC. It should not be considered. It will be a cycle formation. You see here. If I consider this edge, there will be a cycle formation. You should remove it. Okay. No more edges. Stop the iteration. You can see the spanning tree here. So there is no cycle formation, the first constraint, and we have visited with all the vertices. So here itself you can add up your weights, right? So 4 plus 2, so it should have to be added something like this. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 3, 8, 8 plus 4, 12. So the minimum cost of this spanning tree will going to be 12 here, the summation, 12. Okay. So the time complexity, so this is first time initialization is big O of 1. So here in this case, I'm preparing a independent set for your n number of vertices. This is big O of V, and sort your edges in an increasing order, ascending order. Let me assume that you are considered with some merge sort. So it will going to be E log E. E is nothing but the edges, number of edges. And next, this part, this one loop, this loop part. So here in this case, I should consider all the edges, and not all the vertices will be considered. It will going to be a part of it. It will going to be somewhere around logarithmic V. So this part will going to be E into logarithmic V. So among this, the maximum will going to be E logarithmic V. Okay. So I'll be considering this one actually. Okay. So there are a lot of real-time applications for this Kruskal algorithm, like cables, TV network, tour operations, computer network, study of molecular bonds in chemistry, routing algorithm. In many of these applications, definitely you can make use of your Kruskal algorithm, right, for the efficient one. So they are given one simple example here. For example, laying telephone cables, right? Let us assume that this is a central office. So some houses has been located near to this. I want to lay a cable for this, right? So I cannot have a cable something like this. If I have a cable like this, obviously it will going to be a expensive one, right? From house to the central office, right? One to one. So it will be quite expensive one. So instead of this, if you go for your Kruskal algorithm, so I think you can get with a network something like this. Obviously, this is going to minimize the total length of pipe connected with system, right? So in such type of applications, obviously the Kruskal algorithm will going to be the better. So this is about your Kruskal algorithm. So there are a lot of examples even in your textbook, right? So I think even in your textbook there is given one example the same way. So sorting the least linear edges, considering the edges one by one and checking that whether there is a cycle formation or not. If there is no cycle formation, consider it, or else you need to remove it. So finally, I can get with a spanning tree, and even I can estimate it with its minimum cost, right? So try this example, which is there in your textbook, and even there are a lot of examples which are there in your textbook also. Okay, so just go with those examples. I think this is the most simple one in your Grady algorithm. I think everyone can be able to solve it, right? So the more complex part in this Kruskal algorithm is so determining that disjoint set operation, right? Except that I think the rest of the part is very simple in this particular algorithm. So practice a lot, so I think you can able to